back at Cuesta Field. It's the bottom of the first inning, and the Cougars coming up for the first time after facing the minimum in the top part of the first. Cougars coming in, as we mentioned, with winning a couple of their first conference games and a record overall of 9-12. They, in their division, in the Western State Conference, they have played the most games. So let's take a look at today's Cuesta starting lineup. Courtney Bragg leading off, plays third base. Jasmine Singh, who grabbed that ball at the end of the inning, you just saw playing second base and hitting in the number 2 spot. Corinne Matsutani, as Jim had talked about earlier, the all-around offensive and defensive star for the Cougars at shortstop, hitting in the 3 spot. Summer Best at first base hitting cleanup. Laura Gorman hitting 5th, playing center field today. Summer Pratt is the designated player in the 6th spot. Katie Rinder in left field hitting 7th. Mackenzie Brewster, the catcher, hitting 8th. In the 9th spot, it is Victoria Roberts in right field. And today's starting pitcher, Christina Corsoletti, is pitching as Danette Amar on the mound for Moorpark. Will start off with a ball outside 1-0. Courtney Bragg, a freshman out of Thousand Oaks and Westlake High School. Amar on the mound from Rio Mesa, and graduate, not surprisingly, of Oxnard High School, and we'll pick up the Oxnard defense for you in a moment as the 1-0 pitch is a strike. 1-1 for Moorpark. In the outfield, Reed Chapman and Boycourt from left to right. Silvera over at third, Cartwright at short, Brown at second, Lewis at first, Checky behind the plate, and as we mentioned, Amar on the mound. Or in the circle, as it were. 1-1. And Bragg, thinking Button will take the strike 1-2. Again, left-handed hitter looking to get that momentum and that advantage moving up to first base.
Amar throws pretty hard and from different angles you'll watch, and she really...
1-2 slapped over to third base, and Bragg is thrown out by Silvera, going over to Lewis, so 5-3. Cougars out, and 1 down now in the bottom of the first.
By the time she finishes the pitch, she's pretty close to the home plate. She really stretches out. She's a pretty tall young lady.
Jasmine Singh, who had an assist in the top part of the inning, second baseman today, a freshman out of Morro Bay High School, one of the local players on head coach Sheila McGuire's roster. Sheila currently coaching over at third base, and longtime assistant Henry Villau is over at first. 0-1 count to Jasmine. Again, first home conference game for the Cougars. Both teams coming in with 2-0 conference records. Fastball coming in low, 1-1.
I like Cuesta's opening defensive effort. Three outs. Corsoletti's going to throw strikes. They're going to hit them. Hopefully at people all day long.
1-1 and strike 1-2, and the idea to set things up for Corinne Matsutani, who's in the on-deck circle. And again, the top hitter that you mentioned, somebody, and we'll talk about her numbers when she comes up, absolutely dominating the division right now.
She's the real deal for sure.
1-2 and a slapper foul, 1-2, and a player actually came from Hawaii to get attention, and who knows, maybe we'll end up going there somewhere else on the Division I level next year.
Definitely Division I prospect, no doubt.
Jasmine Singh, meanwhile, 1 out, bases clear, bottom of the first, no score, and waiting for the 1-2 pitch from Amar, and she will just get a piece of it and slap it foul to the right side. Count stays 1-2.
She took a little off on that pitch. That looked like a changeup, looked like a little bit of a rise in it too. So she definitely got more than just one pitch. She comes at you different ways.
Singh ready, wind blowing straight out, and the 1-2. It's kind of an excuse me as she got dinged on the hand. So each team with a hit batter in the first inning. So Jasmine Singh is a 1-out base runner coming in for the Cuesta shortstop, Corinne Matsutani, the sophomore out of Iolani High School in Honolulu, who is not only leading the division in hitting, she's leading it by 62 points, and right now would be the Triple Crown winner in the Western State Conference Gold Division.
Amazing player. Very fortunate to have her here. We'd like to see many more players like Corinne show up here at the Cuesta campus. She's not really big. She's just got a very quick bat, and she's got a very good eye. When she was batting leadoff, she drew a lot of walks and so forth. Now she's in I think, the number 3 slot's much more productive, and Cuesta's runs have probably gone upward since she's started hitting in the 3 slot.
And working her way and got the strike to make it 1-1. Again, we mentioned some of those numbers. which were very impressive. The 550 rather batting average is so big it's hard to say. Leading the division, 6 homers and 32 RBIs, which is far and away the leader in the conference. Throw back over to first to keep an eye on Singh, and the count's 2-1.
And they pitch around her a lot too. I mean, this isn't the opportune time, but maybe later in the game, crucial point, they can put her on a base and not hurt themselves, and they'll likely do that. The word is out, in other words.
Amar 2-1 slapped on over, and that's going to go through the hole for the first base hit of the game. Singh will take a small turn at second and take a look as it's sent into left field for the hit for Corinne Matsutani, adding to that 550 batting average. And we will now have the cleanup hitter, first baseman Summer Best, 2 on for the Cougars with 1 out in the bottom of the scoreless first.
Corinne kind of took that off her shoe tops. That was a low and kind of inside pitch, and she just hit it right in the hole between third and short. So.
Summer Best out of Atascadero High School, playing first base today, can also play in the outfield, a freshman, and like most of the Cougars, a right-handed hitter. Missing for ball 1 and getting some signals from Coach Sheila McGuire over at third. Again, Coach McGuire in her second season after coming from a well-known state softball powerhouse, Delta College.
Delta, Stockton area.
Absolutely. She played there before going on to the University of the Pacific and getting a pair of degrees there, and then getting into coaching, and again, came in late, was able to put together a team that, one of the things we noticed last year, even though they got that late start, there was a lot of improvement as the season went on. So you kind of had a feeling that we could have some positive things this year.
They're getting better. They are. You know, if they can make a nice little run in the in league, they could possibly win it. I don't know how talented the rest of the teams are, but this is a good measure.
2-0 hit hard but foul on the third base side, 2-1 count.
Moorpark is always solid, so
A good barometer, you would say?
yeah, I'd say they're 1-2 in this league. I would guess that they usually are right up there. Santa Barbara, don't know what they have. We already beat Oxnard, a double dipper, so
2-1 and a little bit high. They'll take a look over. Matsutani is over at first and Singh over at second. 3-1 count with 1 down. And the other thing, too, where Coach McGuire looked for opportunities and tried to get as many games in early as possible. And again, they've played a lot more games than the rest of the division at this point. Getting a chance, to kind of develop and see where they're at. Chopped over to third on a force play. That's really the main play that's available to Severa, so she'll get the lead runner Singh there for the second out. So that's a 5 unassisted. Best will reach first on the fielder's choice. Corinne Matsutani over to second, so 2 on with 2 down, and that's going to bring up Laura Gorman, the center fielder. Laura, you may have seen in action also at Atascadero, just like Summer Best. Laura can also play behind the plate, a 5'4" freshman right-handed hitter with a runner in scoring position. 2 down. She's going to slap this to Silvera. She'll go for the safe play over to first base. And despite having a few base runners, the Cougars will go down scoreless at the end of the first inning. So we are scoreless after 1. And when we come back, we'll remind you that you're watching a broadcast that is made possible from generous grants from the Cuesta College Foundation, who has been supporting Cuesta student success for over 40 years. Bottom of the first, we have no score. Top of the second comes back after this on Cuesta TV.
This program is produced by Cuesta Broadcasting. Start your radio, TV, and film career at Cuesta College.